Hello Sagittarius, this is a timeless reading for you. I'm using my own tarot cards, my medieval oracle deck. And I see a lot of spirituality and destiny in your reading. I also see a lot of loyalty. Now, the card in the middle of your spread is the sword, which in my deck, of course, it can stand for typical things that swords do or knives do, like cutting, stabbing, something like that. But often, mostly this card represents in my deck some kind of destiny, some kind of individuality, some kind of a situation or person that is tailored to you specifically, a task that only you can fulfill. Because I drew it in this kind of Excalibur style, being stuck in that rock, only one person being able to pull it out. So it's not only destiny, it's even deeper than that. And next to it in the conscious position, we have the rainbow card, which in my deck mainly is a very spiritual card, especially regarding third eye. And with third eye, I don't mean only spiritual gifts like visions or anything else besides visions that is visual. I mean, we also have, there's also something like clairaudience, and some people are able of smelling certain things before they happen. Some people are able to, like some dogs, also some people are able to smell cancer. Oh, I mispronounced that in a weird way, cancer. Or other things that are going on in people's bodies. And some people, you know, for them it's even deeper than that. They can smell fire before it starts to break out somewhere. And so I mean all of those gifts. When I say third eye, I mean something like just like an spiritual kind of sense, no matter how it appears, if it has to do with seeing, hearing, smelling, just feeling something. This rainbow card and the sword card together, it makes me feel, and also because the rainbow card is in the conscious position, I feel like many of you might feel this increase either in your spiritual gifts, or you are already aware of them and can use them. But now they are deepening, intensifying, and they make you realize something about your destiny, or they make you just reveal something. Maybe you had a lot of questions still on your mind, specifically about your own future and your own. It could be something like not knowing how to make your money. Maybe you have a job that you're not comfortable with anymore, or never were comfortable with, and you never could somehow figure out what your task in life is. But it doesn't have to be your job. It could be a relationship, it could be a friendship, it could be not knowing where to move. Maybe you don't feel good in the environment where you live in. It could be anything. Or maybe you felt just spiritually disorientated. And there is something about this could soon be cleared, or if it's not fully cleared, at least you could soon realize in which direction you can go now. Like there is some kind of revelation about your specific life task. In the unconscious position, we have the Knight, and we also have the Horse here. And that's why I was saying in the beginning that there is a lot of loyalty. I created this Horse card in the middle-aged deck as a replacement, because nowadays we have this saying that dogs are people's best friends, but I think maybe in the Middle Ages horses were somehow like people's dogs. You had to have a lot of trust in your horse. There was this kind of loyalty also. I mean, your horse could have just thrown you off, and you know what I'm aiming at. The horse also represents vehicles in my deck, because in the Middle Ages, you know, they didn't have cars and bicycles and all that, so the horse was their car. But in this reading, I see it more as a loyal friend. I also, the horse and the knight, what they both have in common, if they come up in a positive way, which they do in your spread, they are not only loyal, but they are also hardworking. Actually, I don't mean hardworking like you really have to force yourself to work. I feel like they enjoy working, and both of them are physically fit. They are physically strong, the knight and the horse. They have a lot of things in common, actually. So this is a very strong energy that's coming through in your reading. This physical fitness, this there's something about being very capable of physical work and not perceiving physical work as some kind of torture, but something that just feels good. And with physical work, I mean, if you're a woman, of course, some women are also very capable of strong physical work, like building houses, building huge walls. But I think nowadays still men are doing it, you know, because men often, not always, but very often still are just physically stronger than women. Despite all equality that we are still trying for men and women to create on this earth, I mean, physically there is still a difference between men and women. And if you are a woman with physical work, also if you're a man, it could even just mean, like, you know, cleaning something. I had cleaning jobs, and cleaning, I also am. In my own apartment, I'm a little bit obsessed with cleanliness, and if you really dedicate hours, especially during spring cleaning, I think it can be quite some physical work if you are doing it over 8 hours. So that's what I also mean with physical work, not only chopping trees and building walls and houses and, you know, being a soldier, this hardcore physical work. I also mean the little subtler physical work, just moving your body, using your body to get something done. So there's something about that seems to be relevant, and that it's coming here through very, very strongly. You might know for yourself already what I'm talking about. I mean, for some of you, it could be a hobby that's very physical, but for most of you, it is more than just a hobby. Because it's something, it could even be something that makes you feel very meditative when you intensely use your body while doing it. Your spiritual gifts, you know, when we have a spiritual gift or several, I feel like sometimes when we are stuck in our worries here about our mundane things, at least in my case, my spiritual perspective, my spiritual gifts, they decrease. And they get pushed into the background, and I'm not very available, and I'm very stuck in my worries here. But when I'm in a better mood, I'm more open again to, you know, use my gifts. And maybe for many other people, that it's just the same thing. And it could be that, you know, some people meditate and others become very open, much more open than during sitting meditation. Some people have these meditative experiences, find their inner wisdom while moving and while really using their bodies, and I can totally understand that. That's why I have worked with sports and fitness for 10 years now. So I get it. I also need physical work. And Even though I'm not a Sagittarius, I can relate to your topic here a little bit. There's something about spirituality increasing while doing so. I mean, even while you clean. I also have that often when I'm cleaning, like it somehow becomes soothing and calming, and then I become very meditative while doing that. I think many people have these kind of experiences. So there's something, either during such a job or hobby, you might have this realization that this job or hobby is already some part of your destiny, and now you want to develop a little bit further into this same direction that you have already been going towards to. Or you might have, while performing whatever this is for you, you might have a very enlightening and insightful realization how to change your direction. Or you will just be given this glimpse, this realization, and then realize something that you could do that might be very physical. We have the Moon card here at the top of your spread, and the Moon card is a feminine card. It represents the spiritual feminine source or energy, whatever you want to call it. And she is also very intuitive. It's a very spiritual card, you know, just like the rainbow. It has something to do with some kind of intuition, and I think intuition is also a kind of spiritual gift that could be more in a sense of not having, you know, visions or clairaudience or smelling things, but, you know, feeling things, just intuitively feeling something. Also, the moon, of course, is very underrated, but extremely sorry, my stomach is growling. This was some exit flowing upwards. The moon, I mean, look at what the moon is capable of. How effective it is, how much power it has. It's very spiritual for you here. In the recent readings, I included the bottom of the deck, but in your reading, for some reason, I don't feel very drawn to it. I feel like it doesn't have a lot to do with your main spread here anymore, so I'm just gonna leave it here. Thank you for watching.